Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am here for another Memory Lane guest design spot. I'm so excited to be one of two guest designs for December. And I am working with Cartabella Merry Little Christmas, I believe it's called. I'm pretty sure. And this is the photo that I showed you last time. I previously scrapbooked my daughter's photo, and I also had this photo of my son, and I was definitely planning to do using this collection for one of each of these photos. They are photos from this year. I am really loving some of the fun photos I've taken, and so I wanted to get them scrapped, and I really like the idea of kind of having a little bit of a vintagey vibe to a few of them just to kind of play around. So I really dig the way that this turns out, but it was a challenge because I did not know what I wanted to do at first, and trying to figure out exactly what colors needed to go on top of what. And I had an idea in my head, it just wasn't really working, and I was trying to save a few of these because I wanted to back a cut file, which if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen on my Instagram page. I posted it a couple days ago, and so I used almost every single piece of pattern paper to back that, a piece of it anyways, to back that cut file. And so I was being a little stingy and just kind of having fun. So what I end up doing though is I really like this blue snowflake paper. Now we're inside, so obviously it's not really relevant to anything, but the color contrast that popped with that teal that I backed the photo with, I felt worked really well. And so then my idea is to cut out that banner, because this photo is of a day when it wasn't actually all that happy. Poor Jackson was not feeling very good, and so he had gone to school and he was okay. And that night, my daughter had been sick, and we thought maybe it was just from her teething. But then that night he came home and had a nap, which is common. He does do that, but he didn't want to wake up. And I was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And he woke up and he ate and everything. And then right around 7 o'clock, so right around bedtime, poor guy just got sick. So he was not feeling good. He did not get as sick as my daughter, thankfully, but it's not really, the word reward isn't correct, but one of his comforts that we allowed to have him kind of get through it was he got to spend the night on the couch looking at the Christmas lights. And I caught this photo of him just kind of curled up. You can tell he doesn't feel good, but he was having a lot of fun looking at all the ornaments and seeing all the pretty lights. So I love that photo. Even though it's not a happy moment, I really cherish that photo. And so I'm going to, like I said, title this Not So Merry Day. So I'm using that fun little banner part with the word Merry, and I'll use the word Christmas. I'll probably turn it into my December daily somehow. But I liked how I used it. And then of course I had to go do some stitching. So I machine stitched the actual banner part itself, like where it would hang from, and then all of the pattern papers. And then where I'm placing the little pennants for the banner, I hand stitched in blue to match the color from that snowflake paper. And I love that. I think it's really fun, and it's kind of a subtle thing. It didn't take me too long because it wasn't a lot, but if you're new to hand stitching, if it's not something you do very often, it does take a little while. So if you're someone who likes to just do your layouts and get it done fast, it's not going to work. So maybe plan out your layout, figure out where you want to hand stitch, and then maybe hand stitch one night, go back to it in the morning and finish your layout. I'm not really sure, but it does take a while. So just be prepared for that. And then I thought about, well, I could just place all of these fun little stars and just kind of make it all crazy. And yeah, I don't like this idea. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, I don't like this, not even a little bit. So I'm going to swipe that idea completely because no, I just don't like it. And what I come up with instead is I'm thinking here, well, that's fine. I can just turn these into, an additional banner. So it's like Mary, and then it flies off into a banner and it'll work perfectly. Yeah, I don't like this either. But I play around with it for a little bit. So, what am I going to do? I'm really stuck here. I don't really know. I'm really looking at this like, there's too much white space. Where am I going to put my journaling? I wasn't digging it. So one idea that I am going to go with is do a half border. I love to frame in so my photo is like nestled into a half border and then everything is diagonally up the other way. I really like that. I find that at least with me and the way I design, my eye flows better when I do it like that versus like had I had put the red to go on the very top and the left hand side, so it was that type of a half border. I just like this better. I like the nestleness of that happens with it. And then my idea was to go in and go ahead and use that beautiful pattern paper with all the ornaments and bells and just fussy cut all of that. And then I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to add just a few little embellishments here and there. I am going to add that little epoxy hat on top of his head, and whew, that was, I was afraid to do it because what if it looked really cheesy, but it is kind of cheesy, but it's playful cheesy. So I actually really like it. I think it's cute, and I add a lot of layers right there. So it's not like it's just there on its own, which I really love. I do kind of go off camera and finish up my layout. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, and then I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So you're going to see the finished layout. Make sure if you are interested in getting this collection or anything from Memory Lane, go ahead and you can use my code for December, and it's Jolly20, and it'll get you 20% off in the shop. And I will be back after Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.